Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Myself Kuhu Sarkar. Do you ever love someone but could not get his or her love in return? Or the situation was like that she or he could not express his or her love to you? Here also you can see that Sir Philip Sidney was in love with his beloved who is Penelope Reed, but the situation was like that she could not express her love to him. So here today I am going to discuss about sonnet number 1 from Astrophel and Stella written by Sir Philip Sidney. In the very first sonnet you can see that Sir Philip Sidney or the lover try to do his best to impress his lover, and to he try to express in the best way, and therefore he tried to write something to impress her wit or impress her knowledge. But if I try to give you the background knowledge, there are 108 sonnets and 11 songs, and you can see that Sir Philip Sidney in his life tried to express his love to him to her, but the situation was like that she could not express her love to him. Sometimes in some sonnet you can see that Penelope expressed her love, but she wanted the platonic love. But Sir Philip Sidney was more interested in physical love or intimate relationship, and then they have to broke out and they are separated. But in his lifetime, he was deep in love with Penelope Reed, and when I'm going to say more about this poem, I'm going to talk about the historical background of this poem. So let's start. Here you can see how he tried to impress his lover. So let's see more little about Sir Philip Sidney. He was born in 1554 and died in 1586. He was an English poet, scholar, soldier, courtier. Sir Philip Sidney is remembered as one of the main literary figures of the Elizabethan age. His most notable works include Astrophel and Stella, Defense of Poesy, which is also known the Defense of Poetry or an Apology for Poetry, the Countess of Pembroke's Arcadia. So it is the little about Sir Philip Sidney. Let's jump into the poem. Astrophel and Stella by Sir Philip Sidney. Loving in truth and fain in verse, my love to show, that she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. Pleasure might cause her read might make her know, knowledge might pity win, and pretty gaze obtain. I sought fit words to paint the blackest face of woe, studying inventions fine, her wits to entertain, of turning other lips to see if thence would flow some praise or fruitful showers upon my sunburnt brain. And but words come halting forth, wanting invention's day. Invention, nature's child, played step dame studies blows, and others' feet still seemed but strangers in my way. Thus great with child to speak, and helpless in my throes, biting my truant pain, beating myself for spite. Fool, said the muse to me, look in thy heart and write. So let's see the explanation of the poem. From the very first line, he says, loving in truth, that I am truly in love with her. My love is true. My love is truth, and I am really love with her. And he says, loving in truth and fain in hers my love to show. So since my love is true, so I want to express my love, I want to show my love, so that she also fell in love with me, or she also can express her love to me. That she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. That he said that she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. So you can see, when you see that your lover is so much suffering so much for your love, it makes you happy, right? In modern days also, we check WhatsApp status of our loved one, so that we can see that how he feels or she feels for us, and how he was sad without me, how he was missing us. Here also you can see that Philip Sidney trying to say that she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. When she see that I am in play, I am in pain, or I am suffering without her, it give her some pleasure, and pleasure might cause her read. So when she took pleasure, it might cause her read. It might cause her read. What reading? Reading might make her know. So when she read, see, it make her know. Knowledge might pity win, and it give her the knowledge, and knowledge might pity win. So it gives her the pity, that how much I miss her, or how much I love her, how much I am suffering, I am in disaster, or I am in distress. So knowledge might pity win, it gives her pity, and pity grace obtain. And when she was in pity, it gives her, or it gives me the grace. Pity gives the grace obtained. I should fit words to paint the blackest face of woe. So I am now searching. I am trying to search the fit words, the most fit words, the perfect word which express my love, which express the blackest face of woe. I am now in deep distress. I am now suffering too much. So I had to, I have to show her that I am suffering, I am now in deep distress, and I want to paint the blackest face of woe. I am now deep distress, and I have to paint, I have to show through words that how much I am suffering now. So I am now searching fit words, or the perfect words which can paint, which can show the blackest face of woe. Sometimes we when we express our love, or when we express some emotion to someone, we searching the exact words which convey our meaning, which convey our feelings, right? Here also the poet tried to searching the fit words which can paint his blackest face of woe. Studying inventions fine, and hard wits to entertain. So I am now studying. I am now studying others' inventions, other works, other literary works, so that I can invent something new. So he said that studying inventions fine, and hard wits to entertain. So she is also witty or intelligent. So I am not a normal person, and you are not a normal lady. So like that, like as Marvel said. So he said that if I am trying to write something, I am so much knowledgeable to write something for you. You are also knowledgeable to read these things. So therefore, I have to create something new. I have to invent something new, so that it's entertain her wit. When she is reading my writing, she also, it also makes her think that yes, he is writing something for me, and he is so much witty, or he has the power to create something new, some new verse or some new words to entertain me, to entertain my wit. Of turning other leaves to see if thence would flow. So I am now trying, I am turning other leaves, I am turning other leaves to see if thence would flow. Others work, I'm trying to see others works pages. Leaves mean others works. Here he is using in metaphorical way, that leaves others' works to see if they should flow, if from there something would came out. So if to see if they should flow some praise and fruitful showers upon my sunburned brain. So he said that I am trying to see others' works, I am trying to study other works, so that from there some fruitful and praise showers will spread showers upon my sunburned brain. So my brain is now just totally burnt with the sunburned brain, also used metaphorically. So there is nothing in my brain, there is nothing, it is totally burnt. So I want others praise and fruitful shower, so that it showers on upon my head and grow some knowledgeable thing, or some greenery. It gives some greenery. Greenery means some verses, some fit words, some creative inventions, some creative words to express my feeling to her. But words came halting forth, wanting invention stay. He said that, but words not coming continuously, it came like halting forth. It's not coming continuously, it's not coming naturally, it's just halting, and came like halting forth and wanting invention stay. And it could not it could not make me, or give me the opportunity to invent something. It says the wanting invention state just make the invention stay away. Invention nature's child. So what is invention? Invention is the nature's child. Plate step dame studies blow. So when you study so hard, it's just run away. So invention is your nature's child. It is in you, it is in between you. So he said that invention is nature's child, and when I'm trying to study hard, it's just run away like a step dame mother, like a stepmother. So for invention, study is like a stepmother, and stepmother never like her stepson or step um, child. Like invention is like stepmother to studies blow. In our situation, if you say that, if you are trying to write the note, or try to write the examination by your own thoughts, it is your invention, it is naturally came from you. But if you try to take other notes, other master's notes or other tutor's notes, it is, and you try to study, and it is probably happen that in the study hall or in the examination hall, you cannot remember the thing um, you make practice by rotifying, right? So because it is not your invention, it is not came out naturally. Like that, here the poet try to read other works, try to study other works, try to see other writers invention, and it is not his. So it's played away. When he tried to write something new, it's played away by too much studying other writings. And others' feet still seemed but strangers in my way. So he said that when others' feet, here you can also say that feet mean, he tried to say the rhyme scheme, the other poet's rhyme scheme, or others' poet path. When he tried to walk walk over others' poet paths, it still seems stranger in my way, but it still seems stranger in his way, because it is not his own path. He's trying to walk over others' path, right? Thus great with child to speak and helpless in my throes. He said that thus great with child to speak. So he tried to speak, but it helpless in my throes. Like when he is talking about the writer's block. In Ted Hughes' poem, you also see the thought box when the writer or poet could not write anything. So it's his emotion in between him. He tried to express his emotion, he tried to express his love, but he could not, because he's studying others work so much, he's studying others literary work and others great work. He's studying so much that it just it is not his own emotion. So when he tried to express his emotion by looking at others work, it's just like rust his throat, or helpless in my throat. He said that I want to speak, but it helpless in my throat. Biting my truant pain means he is biting that what I am doing is truant pain. Truant pain means the person who is not obeying you, who is not obeying, or who is not listening your orders. So he say that biting my truant pain, that he's tries to say that you are not listening to me, I want to express my love to my beloved, but you are not listening to me, and by beating myself for spite. So he is beating himself for spiting. Fool, said my muse to me. And now the muse here mean, in Greek mythology, muse mean when the goddess of art and science. Here the goddess is Iratu, the goddess of hearts. So he said that the muse said to him that, fool, look into thy heart and write. So it is in you, it is between you have to look into thy heart. Why you are trying to see others work, why you are trying to see others literary work, or others writers work, to write, to express your love. You love her, and it is in you, the feelings in you, and you have to write it, you have to express your love by looking at your heart. And here he said that, fool, said the muse, look in thy heart and write. So I hope I can make you understand, and I can give uh, um, somehow good explanation. So let know about his beloved, who is Lady Penelope Reach. Lady Penelope Reach was an English nobleman, noblewoman, who was the Stella for Sir Philip Sidney's love poems Astrophel and Stella, which was published in 1591. So remember the publication date. Here is Penelope Reach. She was the daughter of Walter Devereux, first Earl of Essex. From an early age, she was expected to be likely wife for Sidney. So it was expected that Philip Sidney will marry Penelope. But after her father's death, her guardian Henry Hastings, third Earl of Huntingdon, arranged her marriage in 1581 to Robert Rees. So, after her father's death, maybe the next guardian of her, he could not accept this marriage, and he arranged her marriage to Robert Rees in 1581. Third Baron Rees after Earl of Warwick. The marriage was unhappy from the start, and Sidney continued to have an emotional attachment to her until his death in 1586. Sidney celebrated her charms and his affection for her in the series of sonnets collected in Astrophel and Stella. So here, that it is already decided that Philip Sidney will marry Penelope Reach, but after some situation happen in their family, Penelope Reach have to marry someone else. But she is an Elizabethan woman. She is in love with Philip Sidney, but she could not express her love because the morality, and she expressed her love, and she wants that Philip Sidney should love her in platonic way. But for Philip Sidney, he wanted physical love or intimate relationship. And one day Philip Sidney, when she was sleeping, Philip Sidney kissed her. And then Penelope Reach was so angry, and she said that she did not want to look Philip Sidney. Then they separated, but Philip Sidney still went and see her. And if you read the whole sonnet series, you can understand. So sonnet 1 is featured in Astrophel and Stella, a sonnet sequence that has 108 sonnets and 11 songs. Astrophel and Stella was probably written in 1580s, and it narrates the story of Astrophel and his hopeless passion for Stella. Moreover, it is the first sonnet sequence written in the English language. Sorry. Particularly, Sonnet 1 depicts the lyrical voice's motivation for writing the sonnet sequence. The lyrical voice believes that if his loved one reads the sonnet, she would return his affection. So, in the sonnet number 1, he believed that if his loved one, his beloved, um, read his sonnets, she will also express her love, or she will also return her love to him. Moreover, the lyrical voices focuses on difficulties of writing. So let's see the rhyme scheme. Sonnet number 1 resembles a Petrarchan sonnet. It has 14 lines and it is written in iambic hexameter. So it is written in iambic hexameter. I hope you know what is iambic hexameter, what is iambic pentameter. And sonnet number 1 can be divided in an octet and sestet. So you know that sonnet, Petrarchan sonnet has the pattern 8 plus 6. Mean octet mean 8 lines and sextet mean 6 line, and has AB, AB, AB and CD, CD, EE rhyme scheme. Moreover, the poem has love and creation in its main theme. So you can see that, let me read more, that Sir Philip Sidney's Astrophel and Stella is an English sonnet sequence containing 108 sonnet and 11 songs. The name derives, let me point out, okay, so the names derive from Greek words aster, aster means star, and phil means lover. Latin word stella means star. So you can see that the name derives from Greek word aster, aster means star, and phil means lover. And thus Astrophel is the star lover and Stella is his star. So you can never touch the star. You can only look at her or only look at the star and express your affection, but you can never touch it. So therefore he took the name and took the title that Astrophel and Stella. He is the star lover and Stella is the star. Okay. Then he said that the Petrarchan sonnet, also known as Italian sonnet, and is a sonnet named after the Italian Francesco Petrarca. Also, it has not developed by Petrarch himself but by a string of Renaissance poets. So let's see that the rhyme pattern of the sonnets. The rhyme scheme the rhyme scheme is typically The rhyme scheme is typically ABAB, ABBA, ABBA. The sestet is more flexible. So in octave there is no change. It is ABBA, ABBA. But in sestet it is more flexible, and Petrarch used CDE, CDE, CDC, CDC. But some other possibilities, sorry, some other possibilities are CD, CD, and CDDE, and CDD, C, CD. But here in the poem, if you try to remember, in the poem, the Philip Sidney says that he is not going to walk over others' path, right? He is not going to see others' works, and he is saying that he is not going to uh, follow others rhyme pattern, and therefore you can see that he used AB, 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 which is octave, which is unchanged. But in the sestet he changed. He used CD, CD, EE, EE, like the Shakespearean sonnet pattern. Shakespeare sonnet pattern you already know. So there he, like a couplet, he tried to change the rhyme scheme. In the sonnet, I am going to show you. So in the sonnet you can see that there he says that others' feet still seem but stranger in my way. So when he said that others' feet, there he tried to say that I am not going to follow others' rhyme scheme. I make my own. I make invent, and I make try to invent something new. And if you don't know the how it's work, let me see. Let me show you. Okay. So loving in truth and fain in verse, my love to show. Here, so, so is A. Okay. Then that sea, dear sea, might take some pleasure of my pain. It is B, because so is not rhyming with pain, right? So it is B. Then pleasure might make her read, reading might make her know. Know is rhyming with so, mean it will be A. So no. Then knowledge might pity win, and pity grace obtain. Obtain, pain, mean it is also B. Then AB, AB. Then see the next four line. I sowed feet words to paint the blackest face of O. O is rhyming with so, means A. Again A. Studying inventions fine, and her wits to entertain. Entertain is also rhyming with B, means obtain, mean B. Then of turning other sleeves to see if thence would flow. Flow also rhyming with so, means A. Some praise and fruitful showers upon my son, but brain. Brain with entertain, mean B. Then again, so AB, AB, AB mean there are 8 lines, which is called octave. Octave is Abba, Abba, mean AB, AB, AB. Right. Then now the volta came. What is volta? I am going to talk about it. Okay. So but words came faulting forth and wanting inventions stay. So here the situation changing. What is volta? Volta when the meaning changed or meaning change in in one sentence. So through this poem you can see that the poet is in deep distress and he want to write something, but he could not doing anything. He tried turning other sleeves, but he could it he could not get the solution. But now the situation is changing in little, right? But words came halting force and wanting invention stay. So there's the situation changing a little, and stay here will be see. And inventions nature child flat step dame studies blow. Blows is D. Then look, you can write by your own, like way, ways rhyming with stay mean again see. Then throws with blows mean D. Then see the change. Now it is not rhyming with anything, and then you have to change it again, spite and right. It is like Shakespearean sonnet, or you can say the English sonnet, which is couplet, mean spite and right. These two lines rhyming. So you can say that in this poem Philip Sidney trying to say that I am going to invent something, and he really did. He really invent something, invent new rhyme scheme. So let's see what is volta. Volta or turn is a rhetorical shift or dramatic change in thought and emotion. Turns out seen in the types of written poetry in the last 2 decades. Volta has become conventionally used by as a word for this, and stemming supposedly from technique specific mostly to the sonnets. So when the situation change, the thought process change, the emotion change, it is called volta or turn. It is the turning point. In short, you can remember that it is a turning point. So the sonnet is split into two stanzas: octave, which is 8 lines, or octet, and sextet, which is 8 lines. Okay, so octave and sextet mean 8 plus 6. The octave typically introduces the theme or problem of the rhyme scheme, which is Abba Abba means ABBA, ABBA. So octave typically introduce the theme or problem, but in sextet slowly the problem got the solution. In sextet provides the resolution of the poem and rhyme scheme variously, but usually follows the scheme CDE and CDE in Petrarchan sonnets. But here I already said that Philip Sidney trying to invent something new, so he write like CD and EE like Shakespearean sonnet or English sonnet. So let's see the major themes of the poem. The main topic is how to write the sonnet to his beloved in order to express his feelings. Love is also a theme as it is the majority of sonnets, but there is not the main topic. So here the poet try to express his love and how he can express his love through his poem. This is the major theme. Let's see the symbol. The symbols are Stella. Stella is the lady and she symbolizes star and the light and sun, which one cannot touch. Astrophel, astro stands for star, and fel or feel. Feel means lover, and it is also the first part of the poet's real name. So you can see that Philip Sidney, since it is a autobiographical, and here Phil mean also Philip, Philip, right? So Here he also describe, or he also address himself. Phil mean also lover, and you can also say that it is Philip Sidney himself. Then pity in the poem we find allusion to the Petrarchian tradition, according to which the poet is in pain and he suffers very much, and following the convention he has to write sonnets to his show his pain, and to the lady she pities him and he obtains her favor. So I had already described it. Then see the literary devices, which is important through the exam point of view. Okay, so let's see. So here you can see that there are many metaphors used. First, I sought fit words to paint the blackest face of O. I had already told that blackest face of O. The blackest face of O used describe how severe his tragedy is, how he is in distress, studying inventions to find the wits to entertain, of turning other leaves, others leaves also use in metaphorical way. Others leaves mean others literary work, to see if thence would flow. Here, the poet is studying inventions and referring to reading creative works of the other poets. Turning other leaves refer pages of others' books. So, it is also a metaphor, and the blackest face of O also a metaphor. Sunburned brain also a metaphor. Now you can see fruitful showers of my sunburned brain. Sunburned brain also a metaphor, speaking some ideas in his exhausted mind. Nature's child also a metaphor. Flat step dames flow, studies flows also a metaphor. Nature's child meaning it is given by nature, and studying for creativity is like nature's stepmother. So you can identify the metaphor from this, like stepmother also the metaphor used. Then other metaphors like feet still seem stranger in my way. Here the metaphor refers, so feet still seem stranger in my way. Here this metaphor refers to the uses of others' works or other poets' works. Others' work did not fit the poet's original work. Look in thy heart and write. The most and powerful metaphor of the sonnet is it means to look inside yourself, to seek creativity and inspiration, not someone else's work. So it is also a metaphor. Look in thy heart and write. Then other see the rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme I had already explained. Said. Okay, now see the other literary device which is used. So I hope you know what is alliteration. Alliteration mean the repetitive consonant words. Here you can see take my pleasure, of my pain, pp, then reading, might, may, mmrr, then fresh and fruitful showers, ff. So the repetitive use of consonant sound is called alliteration. Here you can see the alliteration device. Then other device is personification. So see the personification. Here the blackest face of O also personification means when uh, the words are using to personify something, or it is used like a person. So blackest face of O here personified like a O means personified as a person. Inventions, nature's child, flat step dames blows. Here it is use metaphor also and also personification. Here nature is identified as a person. Nature, inventions and study has been personified. Then biting the truant pen, I had already told you that truant pen is personifying. Pain also personified with the associated with truant adjective. Prudent means disobeying. Then other um, literary devices, you already know that metaphor or synecdoche, others fit or seem but stranger in my way, and others fit makes a reference to other authors, or synecdoche, it is also refers to the poet's feat by using the authors. One mean it is also used the synecdoche or metaphor. So that's all. I hope I can give you a good explanation, and I am the beginning in my way, so I am just start. So if you find something um, wrong or something which you can want, which you want to make me correct, you can try write in the comment section. And if you like my explanation, you can inspire me by hit the like button. So thank you very much for giving your time.